Hello and welcome. I am happy you're here. Got my notes pulled up to make sure I don't forget anything. I am Monica. I'm the Purple Box organizer. I am a home coach and a professional organizer and also a certified life coach. I help you create personal and household goals to declutter your home, schedule, and mind. Working together, we will create customized home systems so that your household can function more efficiently and you can spend more time doing what you enjoy doing. I specialize in helping you define routines, design systems, and simplify your thoughts to move forward with less judgment and more momentum. I'm very passionate about home systems, as you'll find out in this masterclass. My techniques can help you get your home clean and organized and help you keep it that way on a daily basis. I can teach you to implement good habits with manageable action steps and help these good habits last. I'm a wife to my wonderful husband, Ian. I'm a mom to 3 cute kids. Brighton is 11, Jaden is 7, and Braylon is almost 3. I also teach dance at a local studio in our city. I like spending my time with my family. I like Oreos, and yes, my favorite color is purple. So let's get going on our actual masterclass entitled Basic Systems, Major Impact. So I'm going to teach you how just some very basic systems in your home can make a major impact on your day-to-day in your home, okay? To start with, I want you to think about how you feel about your home and how you feel about the way that you take care of your home. You might feel stressed, you might feel overwhelmed, maybe you're distracted, maybe you feel guilty or you have some shame and self-judgment over it. Some of these things you might be doing because those feelings are more work than you need to do. Maybe you're putting more effort into tasks that are actually required. Maybe you're avoiding home tasks because it feels like it's going to take too long or it's going to take too much effort, or maybe you'll be interrupted. You might be unable to find things that you need. That's a big deal, right? Trying to find our keys or our wallet when we're trying to leave the house. Maybe you're not functioning well inside your home because you can't find things, because things are out of order, okay? And possibly even not able to enjoy being in your home. And that, I feel like, is the point of having a home, so we can feel at home there and be able to enjoy ourselves being inside of it. If any of these are your thoughts or feelings about your home, then you are in the right place. I'll take care of you here, okay? No matter who and how many people live in your home, we all have a few things in common. We all deal with dishes, laundry, and paperwork. Okay, and we're going to talk about how making systems for each of these can get them done in a timely manner and a productive manner, and as well as help you form a habit for them. The difference between systems and routines, okay? If you're a definition person, I've got you covered. A routine is a sequence of actions that are regularly followed, okay? This could be like your morning routine. Maybe you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you get dressed, you do your makeup and your hair, okay? It's like a choreographed dance routine. A practiced routine will create a habit, and a habit doesn't take thought. Okay, I'm sure there's plenty of things that you haven't thought about because you don't have to think about them, that you do in your day, that you just kind of go throughout your day and it just happens, you just do them. Those are your routines that you've got set up, okay? Now, a system is an organized method or framework. It's a group of related things that work toward a common goal. It is how you do things, okay? So like dishes, let's start with that. I want you to create a system that you follow each time so that it goes quickly and smoothly. If you're doing it out of order, if you're doing it differently each time, you kind of have to think about what your next step is and what I'm going to do next, or what I'm not going to do, or how long is this going to take me, okay? If you do it the same way each time, it goes quickly and smoothly. It may sound silly or robotic, but having an exact order will help you move more efficiently, okay? Here is what I do as an example. Every morning, I first put away the dry dishes that are in the dish rack. These are ones that we washed by hand. They couldn't go in the dishwasher. If I ran the dishwasher, I go ahead and unload that. So I have all of my clean dishes put away that are dry. I do the dishwasher second because there's usually a few things in there that aren't quite dry, like the lids, and it is not worth my time to try to dry every inch of the lid. So I go ahead and put those in the dish drying rack. Okay. And anything else that might be quick, like there's a couple of bowls that usually have just a tiny bit on the bottom because they're upside down. I just usually dry that real quick and then put it away. Okay. But the other things I leave and I let them dry for the next round, which would be lunchtime. Okay. I then make sure everyone's had breakfast, and then I completely clear the table. I throw any trash, put any food or drinks that go in the fridge away. I collect any of the other dishes that need to be washed. I rinse them and I load the dishwasher, and then I wash by hand any that are left over. Okay. And then I leave those to dry until lunch, like the other things. Okay. Then I give the counters and the table a nice wipe off. And that way, if I need to use the counters or I need to use the table before the next meal, they're ready to go and there's not stuff on them. And I don't risk getting sticky jelly or a small puddle of milk or cereal on paperwork that I'm trying to deal with. Okay. At lunch and dinner time, I follow the same system, goes in the same order. So I come in for lunch, I make sure I put away the dry dishes, make sure there's no dishes that happen to be in the sink. Sometimes they happen there because my husband works at home a few days. And so he is allowed to have his lunch and meals and put his dishes there. So sometimes there's a few stragglers that I need to take care of. But then I follow the same system, okay? And then in the evening after dinner, if it needs it, I go ahead and start the dishwasher, okay? This is so that it can do the work for you. You can do that while you're sleeping or while you're doing your evening routine. It's doing most of the work for you, okay? Here is a dishes tip. You can put on a podcast of your favorite or your favorite organizer's YouTube videos. That would be me. So you can look forward to getting them done, right? So you're like, oh, I don't want to do dishes, but I'm going to listen to this podcast, or I'm going to watch the Purple Box Organizer's latest YouTube video, or I didn't catch this one, so I'm going to watch it or listen to it while I do dishes. And then you can look forward to that, okay? All right, moving on to laundry. I want you to get a hamper in every bedroom or bathroom, depending on where people change, okay? Decide who will bring the hamper to the laundry room and when, okay? Are you gonna do that every single day? Is it every other day? Do you have kiddos like Brighton and Jade and they share a room? So they sometimes take turns. Sometimes I just assign, but decide who's gonna take it and how often. I suggest collecting and sorting all of the laundry every single day. And that way, if there's any items that need to be treated for stains, they can be treated. If there's something that you're like, this probably just needs to soak, you can get it soaking at that time, okay? Sort all of them into like groups. Be sure to have sorting bins or baskets in the laundry room, and these should be totally separate from the hampers that you have in the bedrooms or the bathrooms, okay? Make sure that you have the sorting bins just kind of waiting for you and ready in the laundry room. Okay, and then think about how many loads per day that you think you could do to be able to keep up on the laundry. I like to shoot for, I call this the magic number, and I shoot for this number every single day. This just helps me keep up. A lot of times, if I've been good about it, I'm really diligent, I'll come to like, Thursday or whatever, and I've been really good about laundry. I don't have to get all 3 loads in. There's not that many to do. So I just do 1 or 2 loads, maybe just 1, and call it good. Okay, but this is your magic laundry number, and you can play with this a little bit. Pick a certain number depending on how many people are in your household, how quickly you tend to go through laundry. If your kids have sports activities or dance or any extra things that you do, maybe you go to church, so you have extra clothes on Sunday to kind of sort through and make sure they're clean. Just try a number, and then if it works for you, great. If it's too many, you're like, great, I don't have to do that many every day. If it's not enough, then that's a clue to you, like, oh, this is why I always feel behind on laundry. I need to kind of step it up 1 more load each day, and then you should be good, okay? You can always choose specific days to do your laundry too. Maybe one day you have like the carpool or you have the runaround, and there's just too many activities in a specific day to realistically say, I'm gonna do laundry on that day. So maybe you say, you know what, Tuesday is my runaround day. I'm gonna leave that laundry free. I'm still gonna collect and sort all the laundry so it's there and it's treated, but I'm not going to run any loads. It's just too busy, too much hassle. Save it for the next day, okay? Once a load is in the washer, I want you to set a timer. Okay. Don't let all your hard work of collecting the laundry and sorting it and treating it go to waste just to sit in the washer. You put it in and you did all the work, and then you didn't set a timer and you forgot, and now it's been there for a day. I've done that before. It's super annoying. Okay. Be sure then to return the hampers to their homes. Okay. After you've got an entire load washed and dried, then take it to wherever you do the folding. I like to I like to sort the clothes into piles or into baskets for each family member before I fold. Okay. And this might sound weird. It might sound like extra work, but this is so I can concentrate on how I fold the laundry. Okay. So all I'm doing is I have 5 baskets laid out and I'm tossing laundry in. All I have to do is decide whose laundry it is, and sometimes pull it right side out. If I'm only deciding whose laundry it is, then I can take one basket at a time. And I know, okay, I'm folding Brighton's clothes right now. And then I can fold it to how I know it goes in Brighton's drawers, because it is not all the same. Okay. I fold laundry how it's going to fit into the space that it's going, whether it's going to hang, or if it's going the underoos, if it's going in the underwear drawer, or socks, specific shirts and pants, those all get folded to that specific person depending on how they're going in the drawer. And that's because all the persons in our household are all different sizes. So it matters the size of clothes for how I can fold it for the receptacles, the dressers and things that we have for their laundry. Okay. But I would say don't get stuck on a specific folding method. Okay. I love the rolling method, or, the file fold. If you're into that, that's fine. But if it just isn't working, maybe it's falling down because you don't have a separator or a holder. Maybe it just doesn't work in that space because it's taking too much room sideways. That's okay. Don't get stuck on a specific one, but choose the one that works for you for where you're putting the clothes. Okay. All right. Laundry tip. When you've set your timer for the washer, look at your schedule or your to-do list, and then you can see how far you can get before the timer goes off. Okay. And then once you have the washer and dryer going at the same time, obviously you're going to set the timer for the longer one. Okay. Doesn't make sense to go in there before, unless you're really itching to get at that laundry that needs to be folded in the dryer and your washer happens to take longer. Okay. We're going to move on to paper, which is usually everyone's nemesis in their home. It's the same with me. I'm not fantastic with paper, but I have tools and I know how to organize it and I know how to get it done. Okay. I came up with a system called the Dropbox, and it is just a simple basket that I got from the dollar store. Anytime I get paperwork and I get mail, I put it in the Dropbox. There are some things too that I'm like, oh, I need to reorder this battery, or this game needs a battery replacement. I stick it in the Dropbox. I don't want to stop at every moment and see what mail I have, because it gets your mind working of what you're supposed to do with it, and the bills are due, yada, yada, yada. Don't spend time flipping through the mail every single day when you get it. Okay. Just drop it in the Dropbox. As soon as you see what's there, your brain's going to be going to like, oh my gosh, I have this thing to do and this thing to do and this bill to pay. And then it just causes you to have to feel like you have to make all these decisions all the time. Okay. Kids' paperwork from school, unless it's like it's already done drawing and you're not hanging it on the fridge, that can go in there and you can decide what to do with it later. But actual kids' homework and things that need to be signed, things that need to go back, do not put those in the Dropbox. We have a separate place for those. And you can contact me if you have any questions about that. I can tell you my system for kids' school paperwork. Okay. Then if you go through the motions of creating your Dropbox and putting all the things in your Dropbox and not worrying about them, guess what we have to do? We have to plan a specific day at least once a week to be able to go through that Dropbox. In your household, maybe you feel more comfortable going through it twice a week, depending on what kind of mail or paperwork you're getting. But at least once a week, go through the Dropbox, because then you're taking the time to go through and make those decisions and deciding what to do with those things all at once, instead of little pieces of time. And then it's still in your mind because you're like, okay, tomorrow I have to pay that bill, or tomorrow I have to make that phone call. Okay. But that's the time to sit and do the Dropbox so that you can decide what bills need to be paid, what phone calls need to be made, what you can just get rid of because it needs to be shredded or just recycled, okay? Even if it's not the time to do your bill paying, you can obviously, but you still can recycle, you can file what needs to be saved, and then make an organized stack of what's left to deal with, okay? So say my Dropbox day is Monday at 7 p.m. We're done with dinner, kids are just relaxing. 7 p.m. I go through my Dropbox. It's not going to be the time, unless I can pay a bill online, to make some phone calls and ask things from my insurance. If I have those things that need to be dealt with, or I have to call a certain company and ask a question about a bill, that's going to have to wait for the next day. But that tells me a smaller pile, a smaller amount of items that I now have to deal with, and I can choose in my schedule when that's going to be. If it works for you to do it earlier in the day, so that when you get done going through the Dropbox, you need to deal with those action items right then, that's totally fine. Then you can do it, Monday morning, and then you have the ability to be able to make those phone calls or schedule those appointments that you need to. Okay. All right. Paper tip. Have your favorite drink nearby to keep you going. Paper is not fun and it's kind of boring. I don't know anyone who's like, wee, I love going through papers. But if you just have like a little treat or a little something to keep you going, it helps. Okay. Keep encouraging yourself with a few mindset ideas, okay? And this hopefully will help, especially with paperwork. This is not very exciting, but I will feel less stressed knowing I'm more caught up with paperwork, okay? That always helps me. I do not want to do this, but I'm going to love coming in here and seeing that my Dropbox that's over there is more empty, okay? Tip number 2, this is boring, or mindset tip number 2. This is boring, but I can be bored and enjoy this, that this is a task, or I can sit down to accomplish it, right? It's not really a problem to be bored most of the time. Our brains don't want to be bored because it's telling you, no, I want something more exciting, but it's not really a problem to be bored. It's just a task that has to be done, and we can look for exciting things later, right? And then the third mindset tip is, I might not be very good at organizing papers right now, but going through these motions will help me become better at it. Okay, perfect. All right, now we're going to move on to the last part called the majors. This is a list of 10 basic things that you can do in your home that are simple, but can make a major impact on its appearance. Okay, this list does not have to be done by you and you alone all of the time. That is not what I'm suggesting at all, and I never do. I suggest trying to make it a habit for every household member to help. I've seen recently 2 different family members, they're actually businesswomen too, 2 different businesswomen who do family interactive cleanup. So one person does 5 o'clock, it's family tidy time. This is when she's done with her day, her husband's done with his working day, and the kids have been kind of playing with the little mommy's helper, and they all pitch in to kind of tidy up and clean up so that they can start dinner. The other family I saw after dinner, they all have a specific chore that they do. I'm sure they probably rotate it, but they all have a specific chore they do. One person clears the table, one person does the dishes or loads the dishwasher, one person wipes the table, one person sweeps. They have a lot of people in their family, so this helps. But everyone gets a job so that it happens quickly. They turn on music, and she said they turn on dancing lights sometimes too. And I was like, okay, here's me ordering some kind of kitchen disco light that goes on my counter, because that sounds really fun. If they can walk, they can help in some way. Now, if they're just barely walking, they can also unhelp in a lot of ways, but that is just temporary. Even on those days where you're super stressed and you're like, I can't handle them pulling any more things out, I promise you, it's just the season. It's temporary. It will get better. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, this list of 10 items can help you have a little bit of direction, because these are kind of simple. Okay, and it's going to have a theme, you'll notice. So number 1 in the majors is dirty laundry to the laundry room and sort it. Okay, this is kind of the list where you're like, if I don't know where to start, I'm going to start with the majors, and it's going to give me a great jump start on my day, or it's just going to be my day, because some days are like that. Number 2, make all the beds in the house. Okay. Number 3, wash all the dishes. Wash them all. If they don't all fit in the dishwasher, let's say somebody was sick or your husband was out of town and there's just piles and piles of dishes. It just got out of hand. Fill that dishwasher and wash the rest so that they're all completely washed. Okay. Number 4, clear the table. It makes the kitchen look so good when the table is cleared. Number 5, clear the counters. Okay, with nothing left except items that you've decided are permanent fixtures. Paperwork is not permanent fixtures. If you have like a filer, that's fine, but like loose paperwork or piles of paper, that's not clearing the counters. Doing that is going to just be like, oh, that's so much better. All right, 6, you're going to wipe the tables. Sorry, there's probably only one table. Wipe the table, the counters, and the stove. You're just giving the whole kitchen, the surface areas, a nice clearing and wiping. It's going to look great. Number 7, take out the trash, the food waste, and the recycling. If you have any of those where you live, take all of those out so you have a fresh start. Number 8 is put away jackets, shoes, and bags. And I would suggest checking each room for these items. Shoes in our house don't typically go anywhere except the front area, but I know some people come in the garage or have a mudroom area, and sometimes shoes end up in different places. Some people wear shoes in their house, so they are in lots of different rooms. So if you're checking all the rooms and you're just going around and going, I'm getting jackets, I'm picking up a coat, picking up a jacket, anything that doesn't belong on the floor that's a jacket, put it where it belongs, whether it's the kiddo's closet or the coat closet in the front room. Okay, then go through and pick up all the shoes. You can take a basket with you or a box, collecting all the shoes and make sure they get put away. So obviously, if you go into your kiddo's bedroom and maybe there's 2 that share and their shoes all over the floor and their shoes go in their room, you're not going to put them in a basket and then go collect them around the house, right? You're just going to put them away right where they are. But you're just picking 3 items as categories to be able to say, I've picked up every jacket and coat in the house. I've put away all the shoes, and there are no bags like dance bags, backpacks, purses, runaway bags, any bags that might be out, put all those away. Okay. Number 9, pick up any floor items in the entryway, in the living room, the family room, and the kitchen. For some households with littles, this might be an easy task to take a basket with you and just pick everything up and put it in there, and then you can disperse or put away those things afterwards. Okay, any entryway or place that like right by your front door where people would come in if they're coming over, or like if you enter into the garage or through the garage and in a mudroom, that would be like your entryway. Okay. And then number 10 is vacuum the entryway and then the next room that you walk into, so that you have basically 2 entry spaces where the floor is nice and vacuumed. Okay. Here is a few more personal tips I have for you. At the end of the day, I like to spend just a few minutes tidying. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I can give it a good 15, 20 minutes. Other times I'm like, I have 5 minutes left in me and then I'm going to collapse. But if you just tell yourself a specific time and then stick to that time, that way your brain believes you the next time you say, I'm only going to do this time, then it will make a big difference for the next day. Okay. Doing this just helps you feel a little bit more put together. It helps you feel like, okay, I got something accomplished, because that's the end to your day. And then it gives you a better start, right, for the next day. If you feel like you don't have 15 minutes, like I said, just pick a smaller time and stick to it. Okay. If you constantly say, I'm only going to do 5 minutes, only going to do 5 minutes, and it turns into a half hour every time, then of course your brain's going to be like, I don't want to do that, because every time you'd say 5 minutes, you take a half hour, and that doesn't sound fun. But if you stick to that time, then your brain's like, okay, yep, you're right. Every time you do that, I believe you. All right. Pick up and put things away for as long as the timer is going. Okay. Don't pause the timer. Stick to that actual 15 minutes. Don't get distracted looking at your phone. That's so easy to do. Don't watch a show while you're doing it. Like, really have focused time. You can put in an earbud and listen to some music, really go for that 15 or however many minutes. Okay. I'm all about following your energy and momentum, but that has to be at specific times of the day. And by the end of the day, that's not usually the time to be like, yeah, I'm going to be tidying the whole house. Okay. All right. These basic systems, like I mentioned before, can have a major impact on your home. If these are areas that you struggle with, or you feel like, yeah, I'm not that great at it, if you concentrate on these areas and these systems, it will make a huge impact in your home. I promise you. Okay. At the end of the day, I want you to ask yourself, what went well? What did I do good today on? What did I knock it out of the park doing? Okay, whatever that was, and you need to think of at least one thing, you can think of a whole list. That would be great too. I want you to keep doing that. You know what? I knocked it out of the park today because I put away all the shoes the night before. And so this morning, nobody was crying because they were missing their favorite pink shoe. Everyone knew exactly where their shoes were, and we were able to leave the house on time. So every night I'm going to make sure that all the shoes are put away. And then eventually we talk with family members about, this is where the shoes go. Everyone, family tidy time, put your shoes away, right? We're getting the gist. Okay. On the flip side, I want you to think about what could use improvement. Now notice my words that I use there. What could use improvement? Not what did you do wrong? What did you not do very well on? What could use improvement? It's curiosity instead of judgment. Okay, you want to try to notice these things, and this will help you know what you can work on and what to focus on. Maybe do you need to create a system because you couldn't find your keys? Was that something you're like, well, everyone's shoes were in the right place, but I set my keys in the wrong spot, so I didn't know where they were this morning? Do you need to set up a shoe organization system because little Johnny couldn't find his favorite green shoe? He only had one of them. Do you need to plan your day the night before so you don't forget about what the most important task is? Maybe you got up and you thought everything was going great, and then an alarm went off on your phone. You're like, oh, I'm supposed to pick up so-and-so from the airport, and I totally forgot. So maybe planning your day the night before so you know, okay, this is exactly how my day needs to go. This is when I need to get up so I can get ready and be prepared for my day. Okay, all right. Mindset. I can't have any more master classes without having some mindset work. So here's what we're going to do. No matter what you decide to do or not do in your home, I want you to think about what you want the end result to be. How do you want everything to go? Okay. And then I want you to create thoughts around that. Okay. Cleaning. Here's an example. Cleaning may not be my favorite task, but I sure like the way my home looks when it is clean. Okay, here's another one. I may not be feeling motivated at the moment, but if I put on my yoga pants and turn on my favorite song, that will help me tackle these dishes. Okay, kind of teaching our brains that, again, it's okay to be bored. It's okay to do things that we don't want to do, but here, I'll give you a little treat. We'll listen to some good Brad Paisley while we wash the dishes. Here's another one. I may not be the queen of laundry, but I know I can whip through a few loads today. Okay. No matter what. Oh, this was for, I was going to talk about business, but this was when I gave it to a group of business people. So I don't need that part. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those. And let me come over to where I can see you. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. You can ask any questions if you have any. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that if you liked this masterclass, I'm going to be having them once a month, every single month this year. This is my second one. If you didn't get a chance to watch my January goals masterclass, it is on my YouTube channel. And so you can go ahead and watch that. This will be saved and sent to your email as a replay, so you can also watch it there. Okay. If you liked this masterclass and you feel like, oh my goodness, this is just the motivation I need, and you want to work with me, I'm going to tell you how you can do that. Right now, I have a 50-minute coaching session for $97, and I can help you with organizing, home management, or mindset. It also includes 1 week of Marco Polo access to me so that you can ask any questions that you have. You can get feedback, and I can cheer you on. That's the most important part. I also have 4 50-minute coaching sessions for $397. I can also help you with organizing, home management, and mindset. This one is a great way to set some goals and to have some accountability in accomplishing those goals. It also includes 5 weeks of Marco Polo access to me, and it's really still helpful to have my eyes on what you're working on and to talk through ideas. And I've gotten some really good feedback on using Marco Polo with my clients, and so that's why I still continue to include it. My newest offer is the Choose to Be You 16-week program. It's a one-on-one coaching experience, and it's using the Mind Firm method that I was certified in as a life coach. And it gives you the amazing workbook that you get to keep, and you get to reuse that. The cost is $2,000. And this program helps you to learn the power of your thoughts and learn how to process your emotions. Okay. Everyone has thoughts, everyone has emotions, but it's not fun to feel like sometimes you're just kind of, oh, there's my toddler, sitting in them and you don't have a way to express them, or maybe you are expressing them and not the best way. Okay. I can help you learn the process of self-coaching so that you can live your best life and move forward with purpose. You get my full support in this process as I guide you through the weekly lessons, and you also get Marco Polo access to me through the entire 16 weeks. I get to be your personal coach in your back pocket. For coming to this masterclass, whether you're here now or you're watching the replay, I'm going to offer the 16-week Choose to Be You program for $200 off if you sign up before the end of February. I'm not going to be offering this on social media. It's just for you, for showing up or watching the replay, which most of you will get in your email again. Okay. So contact me so we can set up a free 30-minute Coco chat. I don't work with anybody until we have that 30-minute chat so that you can ask any questions. You know exactly how my system works of being able to coach you. And you can contact me through email. You can reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. And after the 30-minute chat, there's absolutely no obligation to work with me. If you decide, you know what, I need to think about it, or you know what, this just isn't for me, that's totally fine. I wish you the best and I send you on your way. If you're not ready to work with me, I'd love for you to continue to follow me on social media. I'm the Purple Box Organizer on Instagram, on my Facebook page, and then I also have a YouTube channel with helpful videos. So please reach out to me if you have any questions, and thank you so much for coming.